Welcome back, my little whispers in the dark. I'm Fox, any pronouns, and it's time for another Treat or Terror with Treehouse of Horror 20. Oh, and look! It actually aired in October. We haven't seen that in a decade. This year, we open on classic Universal monsters walking around Springfield, then enjoying The Simpsons' Halloween party, where their wives find them.
Lighten up, ladies. It's not cheating when you're wearing a costume.
Our first segment is Dial M for Murder, or press pound to return to the main menu. The title is a reference to a famous Hitchcock film, while the actual plot is more like Hitchcock's other film, Strangers on a Train, which was based on the book of the same name. In it, two strangers meet on a train and decide to exchange murders. Here, Lisa and Bart decide to get revenge on each other's teacher. Lisa stalks Krabappel to her home. She follows her up the steps, then Ding Dong ditches her. When she returns to Bart, she learns he killed Miss Hoover, and he wants her to finish their arrangement. She's presented with opportunity to do it, but she can't go through with it. Bart confronts her again in the girls' bathroom, demanding she do the deed or else she'll be framed for Miss Hoover's demise. So Lisa has no choice but to kill Bart. Cue a fantastic chase, equal parts suspenseful and funny, through different landscapes, to the merry-go-round, where everything ends. It turns out, Krabappel had actually made a deal with Lisa to get rid of Bart. Now this was delightful. The black and white was great. The chase scene was a delightful highlight, and they actually had some chilling atmosphere instead of wacky, silly jokes that don't land. This is one I do recommend seeking out, especially if you're a big fan of Lisa. This year's middle segment is Don't Have a Cow, Mankind. A very funny title. Krusty Burger launches the Burger Squared, a burger made from a cow that has cannibalized another cow.
Now, Lisa, you're a vegetarian, but these cows have made a different choice.
Kent Brockman takes a bite of the burger live on air, and within seconds becomes a muncher. This episode's fun euphemism for a zombie. Springfield is overrun by munchers. The Simpsons are holed up in their home, but food is running out. Bart decides to venture out and eat a hamburger left out on a table in the Krusty Burger. Somehow, he doesn't transform like everyone else. Dr. Hibbert hypothesizes that he has a natural immunity, and they need to get to a safe zone. Apu helps them escape from a horde of munchers. Turns out he's been doing pretty good for himself. Until he helps the Simpsons, of course. Homer gets bitten by his boss and starts to turn. Bart is very willing to shoot his father. Good for him. But Marge takes the gun, saying he can be cured at the safe zone. Thankfully, they're right outside it. Unfortunately, the first thought anyone has is to eat Bart for immunity. A better way is implemented, however. Bart bath soup. This one is also pretty good. Some solid laughs, a fun twist at the end. Overall, a good parody of common zombie tropes, and the movie 28 Days Later. I would also recommend checking this one out. Finally, we're at There's No Business Like Mo Business. This episode is done like a stage play. It's also a musical. King and Kodos are in the audience, which is a nice touch. Mo is our main character, morose about not being loved. And Homer accidentally falls into his beer-making machinery. Mo decides not to tell Marge, instead saying Homer ran out on her, so he can try to woo her. He hands her a mug of beer that has gotten Homer's blood mixed into it. Marge is still holding out for Homer, so Mo fakes a letter, and we get a song about how Homer is happily trying all the men he can.
'Cause frankly, dear, to not be queer just makes me wanna puke.
After one more sip of that blood beer, Marge is swooning, and decides it's time to move on. Her single tear, however, revives Homer, who rises up to throttle Mo's ragdoll double. Okay, it's tough, but I think this one was my favorite of the bunch. It's dark, it's very funny and witty, and proves that The Simpsons still knows how to do good musical numbers. Honestly, this whole Treehouse is one you should check out. Quality through and through. There's a spark here that's been missing for a bit. It really captures the magic of the earlier Treehouses, blending humor and horror, making jokes while still taking the premises a little bit seriously. It's really great to see. It only has a 7.3 star rating on IMDb, which I do not understand. It deserves way higher. If you're at all interested in watching any Treehouse of Horror, then seek this one out. And that's all I've got for today. I'll see you next time for Treehouse of Horror 21. Thanks for joining my lucid screaming.